Hello, dear friends. This is Domas. Welcome back to my channel, a walking and talking channel. I was just listening to Alan Watts talking about death, and there's a lot of things on my mind right now. So I've been working and studying today, and I can't help but get a little bit stressed and overwhelmed with everything, and thinking about death, as weird as it sounds, gives me a sense of peace, because I know that it is all going to end. It's all a big play. And same Alan Watts kind of made me think about that when he said, I'm doing what I love to do. I'm speaking with people, and I'm not a guru, because I know myself, and I know that I couldn't be a guru knowing myself, and I know that it's not serious, it's a play. So when you get overwhelmed, just remind yourself that this is all a big play. We're merely players. All the world is a stage, as Shakespeare, I think, said. I'm going through my massage course, and I have some work to do, and it's kind of overwhelming, memorize a lot of things about the body and about the bone structure, spine we talked about today. And I started to get weak in my arms and legs, and started to feel like, I'm imagining everything that the person in front of me is telling about. I'm imagining all the bones, all the nerves, everything in my body, and starts to feel like you're sick, your bones are not in the right way, and your nerves are. And he's so detailed about the lectures. He's so detailed about how he's talking about it, and I told him I'm starting to get weak, and everyone started to laugh. But he was saying, he's very understanding, so he was saying, this is it's not a joke. It's sometimes we even have people telling us, about something that's wrong in their bodies, and we try to imagine in our own bodies what's wrong with the patient, and sometimes you almost suck up the energy of the other person, and you start to place those ailments on your own body, so I don't know, started to think about schizotypal personality disorder, and how that is affecting this whole learning situation, learning new things. And I find myself a lot that daydreaming and just going into I don't know, weak states of mind, where I feel like I'm incapable of learning what's given to me. I feel like I don't have the capacity in my brain to store all of this information. But I don't know. I start to think about God and giving it all up to Him. That if it's meant to be, I'm gonna pass all the tests. I'm gonna get my degree or whatever, get my license, and hopefully it's all gonna work out. And as long as I stay sober, which is now for nearly 10 months, things will get into order. And I want to say to you that you're great. You got your own struggles. You don't need to listen to mine. You're powerful. You got it all in your own hands. You've come a long way, and you're a compassionate human being that can feel for others. Can feel what others are feeling. I'm just trying to walk around these spider webs. Hopefully not getting caught up in them. So yeah, keep doing the good work that you're doing. I know that you will. You just need to believe in yourself. With the stpd, if you got that diagnosis, you know that you've got magical thinking that can help you solve your problems. I don't know, lately, last couple of days, my mind is just flying somewhere, so it's hard to gather everything together in one piece. And my videos have been not so about one thing or another. It's just been about everything. Not even about everything, but kind of just jumpy, I could say. I don't really like that. I would like to be more focused, but it is what it is. We've got hot summer days in the early autumn, so I don't know. Let me know what you want videos to be about. Maybe I will have more insight. But yeah, I didn't think I was gonna be so confused when this whole course started. Thought it was gonna be kind of more clear-minded, but it's kind of the opposite. But just like the spider webs, you just put out your net, catch the ideas, and hope for the best. That's what I'm doing. Yeah, thank you for being here. I really appreciate your company. I keep wanting to do these videos every day and not cut my habit of doing them, but I'm thinking maybe I should have them more condensed and more about certain topic. I feel like I've talked about a lot of things, but there's always more to talk about. Death. You don't know what's going to happen after that. But what I like what you said was, if there was no death, we wouldn't know what life was. There was no, we have to have death in order to know what life is, and if we don't know what is going to happen after we die, then, well, we don't know. We don't know what's going to happen after we die. But it has to be the opposite of life. Non-existence, you know, when you think about it. Non-existence. What if we're not going to exist? That's okay. You know, nothing to worry about. No worries. Maybe that's the whole trick. You know, maybe that's how it's all going to roll out, you know. All the things that we had in our lives, all the worries, all the struggles, everything is going to go away. And we're just going to be left with nothing. And isn't that beautiful? Isn't that sad too? But isn't that beautiful? Because we have a lot in this life. We have our bodies, we have our experiences. And it seems like it takes over everything. It seems like it's overruling everything. But yeah, that's not it. You know, the printed pages on the paper, they wouldn't be printed if there was no paper. If there was no space, we wouldn't have everything in it. So we rarely think about the space. We rarely think about the emptiness and non-existence from which existence comes. So I think it's important to think about that and to be clear on what's really important in our lives and deaths, because both are important. So I thank you for being here, and I'm sending you love wherever you are. Hope you have a nice day, morning, evening, nighttime, and I'll catch you in the next one. Stay strong. Remember that it's all going to end one day, but not yet. Love you guys. Take care and peace.